We're reviewing, obviously you've seen the name of the video, we're going to review The Doors.
Yeah.
Good timing as well, because interestingly they've just re-released on vinyl and CD and MP3 the final two Doors albums.
You mean Morrison Hotel and LA Woman?
No.
Oh.
No. The one's made without Jim Morrison.
Really?
Yes.
Who's crying out for that?
Other Voices and Full Circle.
Oh yeah.
The final two Doors albums have been re-released on CD, vinyl, MP3, which I never listened to them, and I will be interested in hearing them. I actually hear Other Voices is actually pretty okay.
Really?
That's the follow-up one.
Yeah.
And then it's Full Circle, but basically since Jim Morrison has been mythologized, I can't say that word.
Mythologized.
Yeah, they basically almost wrote those albums out of canon.
Yeah.
Almost like, oh, it never happened. Which is really bad, I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
It's not fair.
Really?
But just on a side note, that's all. It's interesting timing.
Are they the ones where it's Jim Morrison's poetry set to Doors music? Or
That's,
that's
American Prayer.
Yeah.
These are whole new albums made by Ray Manzarek, John Densmore and Robbie Krieger.
Yeah.
It's just whole new albums, new music.
God, that's actually another part of the Doors film which is terrible. He gives a book of poetry to each member of the band as a present for when he goes to Paris, implying this is his last present, as if he knows he's going to die again. But the book is called American Prayer, and it's like a close-up of the title. But anyway, yeah. Yes.
Why are we still talking about this film?
I don't know. But anyway, after the film, I gave a re-listen to an album, a famous album, a beloved album called The Doors by a popular LA psychedelic rock band, The Doors.
Maybe after the Doors of Perception.
Oh, the Aldous Huxley book.
Yes.
I've never read that book, but I have read Brave New World.
I've read Brave New World.
A very interesting treatise on cloning and what it means to be a human being.
I like how, in opposition to 1984's dystopia, I like how it's a utopian look at the future.
Oh yes.
But even in a utopia, there's a chance for horror to rise and take over.
And so sterile is the future.
Yes, exactly. Yes.
But yes, an amazing novel. But anyway, so this is a hard thing to talk about because you almost end up talking about almost the band themselves, not on the actual album. Yeah. So it was the Summer of Love, 1967.
The Beatles had released Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band.
Yes. The Rolling Stones had released Her Satanic Ritual.
Oh my god, yeah, I've never heard that album, you know.
It's the soft parade of the Rolling Stones.
Oh, good lord.
Yeah. So basically at the time there was like Woodstock as well, wasn't there, this year?
Yeah.
There was all this hippy dippy, everyone love everyone kind of thing. So it was the perfect time for a crazy dark rock band to ignite the public with
light
the fire of public perception.
Oh.
Yeah, and to be big based on dark, brooding songs rather than pop sort of. They weren't no Mary, Pete, Paul and John or whatever that band's called.
Mary, Paul and John?
Mary, Paul and
Mary, Paul and John?
Yeah, so basically there's a lot of music around in 1967 which was sort of Donovan sort of thing. You know, like trying to cash in on this sort of Summer of Love.
Hippy dippy.
Yeah, so basically the Doors album came out and it was massive because it was the exact opposite of that. Slower, brooding songs about sex, death as well, and sort of that kind of lifestyle.
Show me.
Yes. So I listened back to this album now, 48 years later. 48
Jesus
years
Christ.
We are now since the Doors released the Doors.
Fuck me.
To see, you know, how it held up. Divorced from that kind of thing, would it held up? And what I found was mainly yes.
Yeah, I really love the album. I've always really liked it.
I think it's a very good album with a couple of filler tracks, but the actual highs are incredibly.
You gotta love that song.
I don't think it's as consistent as Morrison Hotel.
It's not as good as LA Woman.
That's the only Doors album I've not heard other than Soft Parade.
Oh, the Soft Parade.
Yeah. And I've never heard the famous track The Lizard King. The 17-minute long one.
Yeah, that was an extra on Be Waiting for the Sun.
Yeah.
Special edition, yeah.
The only song that was too pretentious to put on a studio album.
I am the Lizard King!
Yes.
Oh, my crap.
Yeah.
But yeah. So the Doors. I mean, I used to listen to the album quite a lot when I was younger.
I did when I was like 14.
Yeah, same. I've not heard it for years.
No.
But I pretty much remember every single track from it.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Well, it starts with "Break On Through to the Everest."
That's a great song. Yeah.
That's an amazing song. Yeah.
It's got an amazing bit of I love John Densmore's drumming on the whole album. He has a real like jazz fusion style going.
Yeah.
Even though the Doors movie seems to hate it for some reason, John Densmore's incredibly talented.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a great drummer. Yeah. "Break On Through" is a weird song by them because it's quite short and it's quite easy to sort of understand. It's basically a paean to breaking through to the other side in a sort of
getting a little bit high and
yes,
reading some pretentious poetry.
Yes. Basically, it's go to the darker side. Yes, is the first song. You can't argue with that first song. Opens the album perfectly. Very sort of garage rock, very vibe coming from it. It's very loud sort of thing. This album and all is very reminiscent of something like the Stooges, sort of underground. Thing like that. A very influential, very kind of thing.
I'm a street talking cheetah with a 9 pounds.
Soul Kitchen's a really good song and all.
Oh.
Won't you sleep all night in my soul kitchen?
How's that song go?
Won't you sleep all night in my soul kitchen?
Yeah, I remember that one. Yeah.
What's good about this album is that his vocals are actually surprisingly strong.
They're great. Yeah.
He gets criticised a lot for. I don't know why he gets criticised.
I don't know.
He's seen as being a poor vocalist. But,
I think he's a really good vocalist. I've always really liked him.
Yeah.
Very soulful.
Very soulful. Yeah.
Yeah.
He sort of pioneered the sound of like. Wasn't technically great, but he had he put his all into it. Yeah. And like,
I think his performance on the next song of the album, "The Crystal Ship," is really great.
Yeah.
But for me, like with the Doors, I think lyrically they're always a little bit. I kind of like the lyrics, but not very good. For me, it's like the music itself. I think is amazing.
Yeah.
Especially on the next track, the Crystal Ship.
Yeah.
I love that track. It's very slow, lumbering, and it's just everyone's just going through the paces. I remember there's an amazing bit of piano wizardry going on from do. It's almost baroque.
Yeah.
I love that track, and I think Jim Morrison's vocals are really great. I think he's really soulful on that song.
What is this song about?
I have no idea. Is it before you slip into unconsciousness? I'd like to have another trip. It's like 1,000 girls, 1,000 screams. I don't know, it's like an orgy or something.
Yeah.
I don't know, is it having an orgy on Jim Morrison's yacht? I don't know, but it's whatever it is, it's great.
I agree,
and
it's a great song.
The production's brilliant, especially on the remixes.
Yeah.
Which are the only ones I've heard. I never listened to the original ones, because the remixes add in a lot of guitar solos and musical moments which were cut from the original albums.
Yeah.
Also, apparently, when the album first came out on vinyl, and for decades it was like this. Apparently, it was at the wrong speed.
Yeah.
I remember remixes have finally fixed it.
Yeah.
So they sound amazing.
Yeah.
I don't even know what that sounds like, man.
Yeah.
Like on the original vinyl, but it sounds so weird.
Yeah. Can you imagine that though? Why it's a rare album that sounds better on CD?
Yeah.
It's actually mastered right.
Yeah. Everything's perfect. I love the remixes. All the stuff that I've never heard the originals, but the stuff that I'm told have been added, I think only improves it and adds to the atmosphere.
Yeah.
Throw in more guitar solos. Bobby Krieger's a great guitarist. Add more piano solos.
Yeah.
Ray Manzarek was great. Add all this stuff in. It sounds fantastic.
Yeah.
I equate them more to completing the picture.
Yeah.
As opposed to being Star Wars prequels.
Yeah.
It's quite weird when we're talking about remasters of albums where they added more stuff on. Because, like I said, personally, I think it just adds to the atmosphere of the album. I think it only improves them.
Well, that's what impressed me most listening back to it, just the atmosphere.
Yeah.
It's got a really dark sort of funk, not funky, but
it's very dark, but it's very chilled.
Yeah.
It's almost like Jim Morrison's at the back of a really cool bar in a darkened area. There's no light over him, and he's just sat there, just holding a cocktail or something, and there's this really weird dark music playing.
Yeah.
That's the image I have in my mind anyway when I listen to the album.
Well, I read a review actually this morning of the band. It was actually on Pitchfork.
Oh yeah.
But it had a quite good metaphor saying that the reason why a lot of young teenagers and stuff are into the Doors when they get into music and stuff is they're very reminiscent of like a big brother guiding you through sort of like a dark underworld.
Yeah.
It's a bit silly to think of that now, like, you know, like they could be there, like a lot of people would have experienced this as their... I can see certainly why Jim Morrison was like a sex symbol at the time.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Despite his smelly pants, apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was kind of like, it was the whole swagger and the, you know, like American audiences love a bit of sexual ambiguity.
Yeah.
Which is what we really like. So Jim Morrison, come along with Mick Jagger, was able to be sexually attractive to both females and to men.
Yeah.
And you know, like he almost like he kind of looks like an open house kind of thing. I think that's what he was going for. You know, like, oh, we're all one big man, we're all in love together, man.
Yeah.
You know, all that hippy dippy shit.
Yeah, but slightly darker than that kind of hippie stuff as well, because it's more. Yeah, it's a really good sort of like. It is a good intro to sort of darker rock music.
Yeah, it's the Doors are always, I feel, a natural extension when you first get into music. You know, when you first get into music, you know, you'll start off with, you know, when you really want to get into music, you know, you start off with like your classic rock bands and, you know, your Zeppelins and your Who and
the bands I hate.
your Beatles,
Alright.
your Rolling Stones, stuff like that. And then you start to go a bit darker because you'll basically hear about how all these bands were influenced by the Velvet Underground and the Doors and stuff like that.
Yeah, well, they're the more interesting ones.
Very more interesting bands, yeah, definitely.
Well, the Doors are an interesting counterpoint to the Velvet Underground, really. Because,
well, just about the fact that we're on complete opposite coasts.
Yeah.
Just for that straight away.
Yeah. But it's interesting how like the Doors gave into sort of, even though they were both heavily into like drugs and sort of dark, like, you know, they were basically, it's dark music, isn't it, both of them?
Yeah.
But like the Velvet Underground feels more authentic now because it's more based in real things.
Yeah.
And because Lou Reed is a genius, other than Jim Morrison, who thinks he's one, but isn't quite as good.
But Velvet Underground are more understated.
Yeah.
And I think that's made them age better.
Yeah.
While a lot of Jim Morrison's ideas and lyrics haven't aged too well.
Even though he comes up with them instantaneously, just through simple...
Yeah.
Yeah. But do you think if the Velvet Underground had like crossed over and been massive, like the Doors, do you reckon they'd have gone shit as well? Because Lou Reed might have, you know, gone completely too far with the drugs and killed himself.
I don't know, because, you know, like, even after Lou Reed got really big with Transformer,
yeah,
that was like a massive album. It was a huge comeback for him, huge commercial hit. He could have quite easily done Transformer 2, but he didn't. He did Berlin.
Yeah.
The most depressing album ever made.
Yeah.
So, like, and then he did Metal Machine Music. Oh, sorry. After that, he did Sally Can't Dance, which is his biggest commercial album.
Yeah.
And after that, he did Metal Machine Music. So, no, I still think Lou Reed would have stuck to his guns.
What's the difference, isn't it, between, like, Lou Reed, who's a proper artist, who, you know, is constantly trying to challenge people, and, like, the Doors, who are much more commercial. Like, if you think of how they followed up the album, The Doors, it's Strange Days, which is
basically the same album.
It is a repeat of the formula, just a lesser version.
9 short songs and then one really long suite at the end.
Yeah.
And they even we're going to do the same thing on Waiting for the Sun.
Yeah.
And end it with The Lizard King.
Which was too awful.
Celebration of the Lizard King. I never listened to it all the way through.
No.
They do it on Soft Parade as well. They finish the album on the Soft Parade, which is like a 10-minute song.
Yeah.
So they basically just follow that same formula.
Yeah. But yeah, it is interesting considering just all that historical stuff. But we'll get back to the album. Yeah, so The Crystal Ship is...
Brilliant, I love that song.
Great song. The next one's pretty bad. Well, not bad, it's just sort of filler. 20th Century Fox.
Oh, I vaguely remember that one.
20th Century... It's got like a really weird sort of almost Elvis sort of look to his voice. 20th Century Fox. That's dated because it's like, you know, like it's essentially about like a groupie or something.
Yeah.
She's a 21st century fox.
Yeah.
It's that's very... This is what I mean.
That's very 60s.
Mainly it escapes them trappings to be sort of, you know, it transcends that and becomes sort of a bit timeless. Like there's like Light My Fire will never date and everything, but something like 20th century fox. Oh, don't get to the... We'll get to the end of it, obviously, at the end of the review. The next song I don't like, but has a lot of fans, Whiskey Bar.
Oh, I like that song.
Take me to the whiskey bar.
Show me. I like the original song. It's a cover, but I really like the song. Show me the way to the next whiskey bar. Oh, don't ask why. Again, it's the instrumentation that's good.
Yeah,
that's great. I like the umpa.
That's what I don't like about it. I think it disrupts the sort of. Because it's quite carnivalesque.
Yeah, that's what I like about it.
I think it disrupts the atmosphere a bit. You've got these three incredibly atmospheric, great rock songs at the beginning, and then it sort of dips, I think, a bit with 20th Century Fox in this.
I agree.
Yeah.
But I do like the song.
Yeah. But it's weird. It's weird now because in the '60s, a lot of bands had to have covers, and like
That's it. Yeah.
Beatles, Rolling Stones had like at least one cover a song up until they're both big enough.
Well, like the Beatles' debut albums, they were like half covers.
Really?
Most of them were covers. Yeah, they all had like, I think it was 8 covers and like 6 originals or something.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. But yeah, and then